Sports action opens up tonight inside of Pete Henry Gym, where Mansfield Senior begins their quest towards what they believe can end with an OCC title. But they'll have to swat the Jackets of Mount Vernon, who buzz into the contest with one of the top scoring threats in all of the league. It's live and free girls hoops to heat up your Thursday night, and it's all on the way next.
Here we go now. Here we go now. Here we go now.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker-Myers Wealth Managers. Whitaker-Myers Group has been a local trusted advisor since 1869, serving families in Ashland, Richland, and Wayne counties. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. With offices in Ashland, Mansfield, Worcester, Columbus, and South Carolina, we have advisors that are ready to help you begin your journey to financial success. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
Kiersten Bradley and the TY Tigers clash with McKenna Brokaw and the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets as we open up OCC play right here and now. Good evening, folks, and welcome to Mansfield Senior High School. I'm Brian Skronsky alongside Travis Berardi, and we're talking about a team tonight in Mansfield Senior that's got some really high expectations, Trav. And before we jump into it and talk about it ourselves, we'll just let their head coach now in his third season, Javar Hudgens, lay out what they're talking about internally about this team and what they can do.
Joined now by Coach Hudgens in his third year and starting to build a program. I know you got a lot of girls back and a lot of work was put into this offseason. Tell me about the expectation within your own locker room right now.
We're focusing on an OCC championship, and this is the first game. This is the first part of that championship. I mean, we got to play hard. We know that most of the teams in the OCC are really good teams, so we have to come to play every night.
And defending your home court, imagine it's nice to get that home cooking, playing here for the first time this year.
Absolutely, and the girls got new uniforms, new warm-ups, first time home. We've been on the road the last two games. We had a tough one last week, so being home is pretty good. It's pretty nice feeling.
So the girls, they got the warm, fuzzy feelings being at home. They got the sharp dress going on. Coming off of a yeah. Got some boys in the house. What do you think you learned about your team coming off the loss, though, playing against a tough Columbus DeSales team?
Man, they're hungry. They're hungry. We had a talk after the game, and they came to practice the next day and went hard. I'm talking about they went really hard, every last one of them. So losing means something to them. It made me feel well knowing that they took that L on the chin and ready to want to bounce back from it.
All right, we'll find out if you can do it here tonight. Appreciate it, Bar.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So obviously, this is a team that's hungry coming into tonight off of a loss, and a lot of kids back from last year's team, one of the most successful teams they've had at this program in a while, Trav.
Yeah, they get that sectional championship last year before falling to district runner-up Shelby. A tough loss to Columbus DeSales, 45-33. A tough DeSales team, one of those private schools out of Columbus. 23 turnovers, however. That's
a tough number.
The stat that doomed them, but they have a solid squad back. They have 3 of their 4 all-OCC players back. Only one, Nakia White, graduated. But you have Manetta Hillary and then 2 first-teamers in Kiersten Bradley and Kaya Wentz who have already shown out in the first 2 games this season.
Let's talk more about Kiersten Bradley as we dive into our player spotlight for the night. And you want to talk about a kid that just has leadership skills right from the jump. As a freshman, led this program in scoring, led them to that sectional championship, their first in more than a decade, Travis, and she's off to a great start to the year. You see 23 points in the season opener.
And the fun fact about that, 21 of those points came in the first half. They were cruising. They cruised a 52-15 win, so if it would have been a little bit closer, she probably could have put up 40, 50 points in that one. But she is just a special player. And I remember before even last year, Coach Hudgens coming up to saying she's going to do some things. And by the end of her 4 years here, she's going to be a special player, already showing that in year number 2 for her.
And on the other side, McKenna Brokaw definitely would be the player to watch, I think, for Mount Vernon, another one of those returners that made the all-OCC list.
Yeah, and their opening night win over Centerburg, 52-39. She had a double-double, 21 points, 16 rebounds. It wasn't one of those close double-doubles.
Sure.
She completely dominated play. And they have a couple other scorers as well, in Christopher and Schlosser, that can score double digits for you as well in a squad that they want to be one of those teams that come out of the bottom of the standings from last year, maybe fight for that OCC championship. They did have a tough loss against West Holmes by 10 points in their OCC opener, but you don't want to sleep on this team.
Let's dive now into the keys to the game. We'll begin with Mount Vernon. And for me, Travis, they like to speed you up and play fast, so they're going to get some easy buckets in transition just by default. I feel like in the half-court game, they got to knock down some trifectas, baby. Get one of those three-pointers on the board, get the good juju flowing, and if you can make one, typically a couple more will follow.
Yeah, and something that, for my key, something that could open that up is feeding Brokaw. You get her inside early on, that will open up your key to get some threes because they'll get some open looks there. So they need to feed Brokaw early, get that offense going through her first.
Now mentioning the starters here. Here's the first. It's number 50, Nevaeh Williams. Julia Wyndham's going to be matched up with her here tonight. And speaking of the starters there for Mount Vernon, Reddy's going to be in the backcourt along with Schlosser, Brokaw, one of those girls. She's kind of versatile, can play inside, outside. She'll be at the other forward position along with Emily Burke. And then we mentioned the big body inside of Nevaeh Williams. We'll see if she can pull down some big boards, try to clog up the paint, control the lane a bit.
Yeah, Mount Vernon, this is a squad that had 3 all-OCC players as well. They got 2 back, McKenna Brokaw and Olivia Reedy, who have made the starting lineup tonight.
Here comes Kiersten Bradley being introduced. Take a look at the starting lineups now for the Lady Tigers. She's going to be joined by Manetta Hillary. What a dynamite athlete she is. Another 10th grader too, Travis. Kaya Wentz, just a junior. Wyndham, another sophomore. And then Amani Mitchell, the lone senior that they have in the starting lineup.
Yeah, this squad, they had that early experience last year. Didn't know early on what they were going to do, but they really caught fire at the end of the year. Won that first sectional championship in a decade, and now they have high hopes. They finished second to West Holmes last year in the OCC standings, finished 8-4 in that 11-12 season. They want to do more. They want to see if they can overtake West Holmes, continue to be above Worcester and the likes of them to win that OCC championship and bring back complete, I guess, that resurgence of girls basketball here at Mansfield Senior, because it's been the boys. The boys have been good for year in and year out, except for, maybe 1 or 2 years in the last 10. But this is the team. They've had some down years, but with Coach Javar Hudgens back, the co-OCC Coach of the Year, they're starting to make that turn and get back to those winning ways where, they have 601 victories under the belt.
To win tonight, I feel like they got to protect the rock. Mount Vernon's going to try to pressure you. Obviously, there's some players on the floor for the Tigers, played a lot of varsity minutes. They should be able to handle the pressure. Don't give it away like they did the other night.
And talking with Coach Hudgens before the game, he says they need to get back in transition to slow Brokaw down. Don't let her get into her rhythm early.
And we are now underway from inside of Pete Henry Gym, and it's a turnover, just 8 seconds win. Olivia Reddy fumbled it. Wentz came up with the theft. And this from way outside, Bradley tried to blow the roof off the place right away.
And in their win against Columbus East, Coach Hudgens said she made 2 or 3 of those from the volleyball line. Just like her brother, shooting it from anywhere ahead of the half-court line, and she has confidence no matter where she's at on the court.
Schlosser gives it off now. Here comes Brokaw. Nearly turned into a double dribble call. Instead, inside shot comes up short off the window from Burke.
Yeah, Mansfield Senior showing that pressure early on, forcing the turnover and then getting the rebound there.
Bradley off the kick out. Wentz pulls the trigger, missed it. Wyndham inside, offensive board, and she puts it up and in.
Got good position there on the glass, able to get the rebound to put back, and the Lady Tigers strike first.
Going to get a kick ball here from Wyndham, who I believe was hurt for most of the beginning of the year a season ago. So this is another kid in this touted class. All these sophomores going to be a big, valuable part of the mix as the season continues to roll along. As Hillary comes up with a block shot from the backside, and she's looking to push the pace.
Man, they're coming out hot tonight defensively. Mansfield Senior is really getting right up in their face, not allowing Mount Vernon to get any confidence early on offensively.
Is Williams, and third time's the charm for Mount Vernon.
Yeah, the first defensive lapse we've seen from the Lady Tigers tonight. They didn't box out, allowed 2 offensive rebounds, and the Jackets are on the board.
Mount Vernon sitting back in a 2-3 zone right now, so it's leaving a lot of open looks from the three-point line. But the Tigers continue to work it inside out. Here's Bradley now off the bounce. She'll pull the trigger this time. And Mansfield Senior 0 for 3 right now from downtown.
But I like the look there. They were passing the ball fast, getting it around. They had the open shot. They're just not falling from beyond the arc early on.
There's another look at Williams, who was able to clean up a couple of misses by the Jackets on their previous possession. They have been turnover prone, though, so far here in these first 3 minutes. And lucky they didn't give it away again that time.
Loving the effort early on. And Mount Vernon, they're just out of sorts. They're kind of lackadaisical passing the ball as well. That led to a couple of their turnovers already. They have 3.
Saw Julia try to pull a fast one there on the referee and have him hand her the basketball for the throw-in. So this Tigers team, you can tell already, they've got a little bit of swag to their game. Doesn't look like the team from a season ago, but nobody really looks like what we saw a year ago, where they didn't have a true preseason and with all the restrictions and the limited practice times. But Mansfield, to me, it looks like a little bit more of a grown-up unit from a season ago.
Yeah, and it was trial by fire for them. Mostly freshmen coming in. They did have Dakaya White, the senior leader for the squad, but they had to grow up quick, and they did, and it led to a sectional championship. Still can't get it to fall from beyond the arc, though. They're 0-4 to start.
Bradley's missed her first 2 attempts from downtown. Make it 0 for 3 so far for her.
But I think this season you're going to see they might be able to survive these cold spells, especially from beyond the arc, because they play such good defense, such aggressive defense, you could say, to cause turnovers and kind of make up for those misses.
And they've got a coach and a staff that's going to demand that from them, to get after it defensively every single night. So it's not going to be an option to bring out your defense. And here's another prime example. Wentz
Shooting into the passing lane and all the way in for an easy one at the rim.
Wentz had 6 steals against Columbus East. Add another there in a bucket at 6-2.
Tigers continue to hound defensively, and they tip it away yet again. Here comes Hillary 1-on-2. We'll see if she goes right at him. She's got some of the best handles in all of North Central Ohio.
There it is.
And there's Kaya, back-to-back buckets. The first triple of the night falls for the Tigers. T.O. taken by the Jackets.
What a start by Mansfield Senior. Really leaving their mark early on here as Wentz finally hits from beyond the arc, their first. But got to talk about this defense. 5 turnovers they've created already. So many good offensive looks off of them as well.
That's what you got to do if you're Mansfield Seniors. You've got to turn your defense into offense. You saw that they were able to do it on that previous possession. And I don't mind some of the deep threes, but it definitely, the ball movement right now, it's paying off, and they're getting quality looks, Travis. So I think if Mansfield just sticks with it, with all these ball handlers and all these great skilled athletes that they have on the floor in the starting lineup, they're going to get the looks that they want eventually.
And it's all about confidence. They have the confidence to come out, continue to take these shots, and when they do start falling, you know, that's just going to follow. Everybody is going to start hitting here. Just continue with this confidence. It's showing on both ends, and it's a main reason why they're up 9-2 here 4 minutes into the game.
So for first-year head coach Nathan Short and his squad up against it, backs on the ropes early. We're only not even halfway through this first quarter, and you can just feel the energy levels on different stratospheres right now for both teams.
Yeah, Mount Vernon out of sorts right now. Multiple deflections out of bounds, multiple turnovers, and then like we said on the other end, Mansfield Senior, they're controlling this game right now with their aggressive defense and their play on the other end. First foul, though, of the night's going to come here against Norris, I believe.
It will be Annalise Norris, and hung out with Coach Hudgens about a week before the season started, and I asked, who are you most excited about heading into the year? And he's got all these great players, and he's like, I got a new girl, Brian. You got to see this freshman. And Annalise Norris so far for Mansfield Senior has been fantastic as they come up with another turnover and leaking out in transition. Hillary off the feed from Bradley. They've got a 9-point edge.
They tried to force that pass in on the inbounds, and another great job by Mansfield Senior running in transition lanes. It's not just 1 or 2 off the steal. Everybody's at full speed coming back down. It's led to a couple of buckets early.
A couple of nice fakes from Williams, but she has to kick it out. Now off the drive, the mid-range J uses every inch of the rim before it finally falls through for Brooklyn Thayer.
And that's a good offensive possession by Mount Vernon. They slowed things down. They made some good passes, found the open spot, and got the bucket.
Jackets sticking with the zone look. Tigers showing some patience here as they work it into the hands of Hillary, and Manetta throwing down a 3-piece of her own.
Yeah, you don't want to leave her open. And open for her is 2 or 3 feet of separation because she's able to get that quick release. You got to have the guard right up on her, face guard her, because she'll hit that. But Mount Vernon with a nice answer by Riddy.
Bet it right back by the senior from the corner. Her first 3 of the night. And the Jackets pull back within 7. But Bradley makes it 3 threes in a row.
Remember what I just said about the confidence? And if one goes in, they start falling for everybody. Prime example right there.
Good look inside, execution on fleek, ready with the finish. Great looking setup, though, from start to finish there for Mount Vernon.
And now we're starting to see a track meet. Both teams speeding things up, getting some quick buckets.
Hillary.
Heat check there.
A little bit of one. But it appears, I looked over at the sideline. I watched the bench right after she decided to launch that one. No reaction. I think these girls do have the green light. I know that they were in the gym like crazy during the summer. They started a new workout program this year that they didn't even have a year ago. So this team definitely feels like they've got a good unit and they don't want to waste it, Travis. They want to have a quality season right now.
And you can see just on the other end, if you miss a shot like that, you got to get back and play good defense, and she forces the steal. So if you play good on one end, you're going to be allowed to do a couple things on the other because it makes up for it.
Janiyah Hudgens, 11th grader, into the mix for the first time tonight. She's back on the floor along with Amani Mitchell. Tigers showcasing a little bit of depth here in this opening quarter.
And they have so many girls that can score the basketball. I mean, you have Hillary, who scored 14 points against DeSales. Bradley, who put up 23 against Columbus East. Wentz, Wyndham. Nice defensive strip there. It stays, but she just saved an easy layup for Mount Vernon.
Daisy Mans with the quick hands. Jackets move it side to side. Mansfield sitting down defensively in a 2-3 look.
And they're playing a really good 2-3 zone. Not only shutting down the paint, but they're getting out there and stopping any chances beyond the arc right at the line, too. Nobody has had a good shot yet. Finally, they do, but they miss.
Brokaw was able to split a couple of defenders, get in for probably the cleanest look they've had tonight. Not usual that she would miss a shot of that magnitude, so it stays an 8-point separation, and Hillary could not finish off the highlight, but another giveaway by Mount Vernon in transition, leading to a 2-on-2 straight to the tin and drawing the foul there, Amani Mitchell.
Yeah, the roof would have gone off if she did that, because that was quite the sweet crossover to get her open. But Mansfield Senior off the miss, able to get the steal, get the foul, and Mitchell's going to go for the first free throw attempts of the night.
The St. Peter's transfer.
Scoreboard just went off here. So we were under a minute left here in the first quarter. They're going to try and get that adjusted before we get the second free throw, but I don't think you could have asked for a better start by Mansfield Senior, Brian.
I am not thrilled with a couple of the shot selections, but outside of those 30-foot threes, I feel like they've played about as good a basketball game as you possibly can. A-plus effort for energy, and that's one of those key points that coaches always talk about. One of those things that you don't have to have a talent level for. The Tigers are doing that supremely so far tonight. Love it.
And it starts with coaching. I mean, look at Coach Hudgens over on the sideline. He's in that defensive stance about 90% of the game.
Real talk.
And I mean, players see that. They see it on the sideline. They see it on the bench as that three is missed and rebounded by the Lady Tigers. But they can go off of his confidence as well.
That's going to take us to the end of the first. Impressive start here for the Lady Tigers. They're on top by 8.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker-Myers Wealth Managers. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
What up to everybody out there watching in the Facebook land as well as the YouTube? I'm Brian, this is Travis, and when you look at the floor again, it's going to be the Lady Tigers versus Mount Vernon. Great start so far for Mansfield Senior, and we want to hear from you, the fans. Drop us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from tonight, who you're cheering on, who your favorite players are when big plays happen. Let us know something out there, and you just might end up on tonight's Fan Zone.
Love the Fan Zone. It's always a fun, not only for fans, but it's fun for us, too, to read all the comments where everybody's watching and whatnot. But back on the floor, Mansfield Senior 3 of 9 from beyond the arc to start. After a slow 0 of 4 start, they went 3 of 3. helps get them to a 17-9 lead. They also forced 8 turnovers in the first quarter.
That so far has been the biggest difference in the game, though. Here comes a 2-on-1, and wow, a throwaway. Reddy a bit too pumped up. She had Brokaw, just couldn't get it to her.
9 times out of 10, that turns into points, but it's just the way that Mansfield Senior has been hounding Mount Vernon in that first quarter that it got them to force a couple things there. They're not comfortable going up because they know there's somebody probably coming right at them from behind to strip them, so they speed things up, and it caused that turnover.
And really well played defensively by the Tigers, too, to not make that an easy pass. Playing a little bit of that selfish third away from the player where you lure them in.
Yeah, and she didn't commit yet either, so she forced the pass before committing to one of the 2 players there.
Brokaw with a swat of Bradley in the paint. At the other end, mid-range J off the backboard, spun out there from Thayer. And it's one and done again for Mount Vernon.
Yeah, it's just been a tough offensive night thus far. They did a little bit of a run there towards the end of the quarter, but a couple close shots normally you make, they haven't gone in for them.
Jackets going with a man-to-man look now as Bradley with a step back. Butter.
Looking like James Harden with the step back. They're up 10.
Biggest lead of the night for Senior High. Clocking in at double-digit deficit here for the first time is Mount Vernon. See what kind of answer they dial up. It's going to throw you a 3 ball, and it's going to be a good one from Addie Christopher.
Mount Vernon desperately needed that. 5 field goals total, 2 of them from beyond the arc, though. It's 19-12.
It was Christopher's first shot, first make of the night. Wentz with the floater, and that's her patented move. She goes down the lane. She has perfected that.
We know her for her defense and her steals, but she can put up some points as well. That's why she was a first-team All-OCC player last year.
Hillary checks in. Heading over to the bench, Janiyah Hudgens.
That's another good thing about this Mansfield Senior squad. You have a scorer like Hillary that's able to sit out a little bit because they have players off the bench that can contribute as well.
Coach Hudgens starting to build a squad here, Trav. They go at least 9 deep. And depending on the differential, could get in a few more girls tonight.
Oh.
Double team presses down on Brokaw. Reach in is the call, says the official.
And I was about to say right before the foul, yeah, that was, yeah. Anyway, nobody is standing still on defense. You see all 5 players on the floor for the Lady Tigers. They are constantly moving. They're creating chaos inside the paint, and it's helped as they force 9 turnovers.
Brokaw faces up. Now she'll go baseline, and look at that. An extra body meets her. Mansfield Senior D'd her to perfection that time.
It's like Mansfield Senior knows what the Jackets are doing. It's like they're a step ahead right now.
First-year head coach, of course, over on their sideline, and Nathan Short. Javar, a veteran now, year number 3, so I'm sure over time you pick up a few tricks, you get your scouting report, and so far Mansfield Senior and these players doing the dirty work necessary to make it happen as bodies hit the floor, 3 to be exact, and possession arrow belongs to MV.
And this Mount Vernon squad, they have 6 seniors on this team and a lot of juniors as well. So this is a veteran squad that this younger squad of Mansfield Seniors has thrown them off their game early on.
From the short corner, the pass to Brokaw on the money. Bump, no bucket. Hillary's going to pick up the personal. And McKenna on her way to the free throw stripe.
Yep, that'll be Hillary's first, team 3rd. Nobody in foul trouble yet. It's a good sign here as we go to the midway point of the second quarter. First free throw attempts of the night for the Jackets.
And the second team All-OCC performer from a year ago off target. Norris back on the floor, the stud freshman. Averaging 8 rebounds per game so far through 2 contests. best of the bunch.
Brokaw's first points of the night come from the charity stripe. Mansfield Senior doing a great job of limiting her to any shots.
She's got the tip away, though, over the top of Wyndham. Here's a nice burst of speed from Burke. Can't hit it in low. But a second opportunity created. 3-ball on the way, straight away, bottoms up. Christopher from the second time from downtown.
Good job by Mount Vernon off the offensive rebound, moved it around, gave Christopher the open look for her second 3 of the night.
Hillary cut off baseline, double dribble, obvious call that time. I think just one of those mental lapses.
And despite the slow start for Mount Vernon, you feel the momentum's coming back their way. Only down 5 right now, midway through the second.
Nice look at it there on the Sutton Bank replay. Christopher's got great form. Senior coming off the bench has provided a nice spark. Nice hands there by Wyndham. Brokaw inside, love the head fake, and she's got the bucket.
Yeah, she was able to get the defender up in the air and then the easy bucket. That is what she does, and that was why she is the second team all-conference player in the OCC. Now with 3 points.
Baseline drive, kick out. Hillary so sharp when she gets the basketball out top. And in tight, that one too strong for Annalise Norris.
Just like that, the Jackets now with a chance to tie with a 3.
Been a strong performance. That one short, though, from Christopher. Really like what we've seen, though, from Mount Vernon here in the second quarter. Clearly got outclassed in the first. They've risen to the occasion here, answer the bell.
Yeah, they had 8 turnovers in the first quarter, only 2 so far. As we come up on the 2:30 mark in the second, they've calmed down. They're playing more of their offensive game. And on the other side, they're really buckled down on defense. As I say that, Hillary hits her second 3. Announcer jinx goes to the way of the Tigers that time. It's 24-18, and they get a steal.
Went around the back, no look, back and forth they go, but the Tigers give it away. Would have been some nice razzle-dazzle if they could have got a shot up. Instead, it's a turnover, and Christopher unloads again. Offensive board work, and good on the stick back from Brooklyn Thayer.
Yeah, it was just a lapse by the Lady Tigers. Left, didn't box out Thayer. She was able to go right down the lane, get the rebound, and easy putback.
Wentz handling now gives off for Bradley. Sophomore on the drive, right behind her, big body.
Wow. You can't do much with that. She just comes right at you. She doesn't allow you to get set and take the charge, and you just got to let her do it. Hope she misses, and she didn't there.
Norris comes up with the theft. She's looking to go end to end. Took a big crunch in the paint, and she'll earn 2 free throws. Nice hesitation.
Kind of lost the ball at the last second, but was able to get it back, put the shot up as she was fouled. That's Schlosser's second foul. Team's third.
Freshman rattles home the first.
It looked like Mount Vernon was getting all the momentum back, but that Hillary 3, huge. And if this game remains close towards the end and the Tigers can pull it out, maybe look back at that point where it seemed like the Jackets were getting all the momentum. They had a chance to tie. They missed. Hillary comes down, hits the 3, makes it a multiple possession game once again.
And Netta's one of those players that keeps the juices flowing on the floor. You saw her blow a kiss to the student section after she made that triple try. So I really like what she brings to the equation for this team. Bradley, more of a quiet, do it on the floor type of leader. I think Manetta, she's a bit more of a vocal one.
Let's talk about the student section here.
Let's talk about the 3 balls.
It's the third one. Christopher really keeping her squad in there by those 3 trays. Back to a 4-point game. But I just love the fact, COVID's pretty much, I guess you could say the quarantines are done and everything, and we're finally able to have student sections back. We didn't have this last year in our first year. And just the fact that Mansfield Senior, the Tiger student section, I haven't seen this in quite a while for a girls' game. It's 5-6 rows deep. I love the atmosphere tonight.
So big ups to the Tigers student section, and a lot of the boys basketball team is here, if not all of them. I see even some of the younger players for the Mansfield Senior basketball program here. So great to see Tiger Nation coming out and supporting, and great to see Netta again with the nice handles. But sometimes, and we saw that last year, this is the part of her game that's still, she's got 2 more years at the varsity level to evolve. But sometimes she gets into the paint, gets around the defender, she's not quite sure what to do with the basketball. Saw it again there.
Yeah, she might have taken 1 or 2 too many dribbles there before dishing it out. But like you said, she's young. She'll learn from that.
Just the sophomore, folks. A lot of these players out here, a long way still to grow. I think that's what's most exciting for Javar. And it gets a little twinkle in his eye. You'll see it form right in the corner when you start talking to him about his group and how hard-working and dedicated they are, because they're led by a bunch of kids that he's still got for 2.5 more years.
But he's also leading a bunch of kids that have bought into his philosophy from day one. I mean, I'd run through a wall for Javar Hudgens the way he coaches. He's a great coach, and only in year 2, co-OCC Coach of the Year. It shows.
Three-pointer number 4 won't fall this time for Christopher, but the loose ball shot attempt, no good there for Thayer either. As Julia Wyndham taking matters into her own hands, end to end the second quarter, to push the Tigers' lead up to 29-23 as we have made it to the half. It's been a fun seesaw battle, back and forth with the Tigers throwing the last punch. Keep it with us. We'll have some halftime stats. Get you set up for quarter number 3. It's live in 3. Girls High School Hoops taking you into the weekend on a Thursday night.
Here we go now. Here we go now. Here we go now.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker-Myers Wealth Managers. Whitaker-Myers Group has been a local trusted advisor since 1869, serving families in Ashland, Richland, and Wayne counties. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. With offices in Ashland, Mansfield, Worcester, Columbus, and South Carolina, we have advisors that are ready to help you begin your journey to financial success. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
Halftime here inside of Pete Henry Gymnasium. It's a six-point lead for Javar Hudgens Tigers so far. What did you like most about your team's play there through 2 quarters of action?
We came out intense. Played hard, shot the ball really well from 2. I think we got to keep up the energy. I think we got kind of tired. I think being at home, first game, the nerves and all the hype from the student section, I think really got them going a little bit. So the adrenaline, they were playing off adrenaline, so now we got to calm down, relax, and finish out the game.
And it seems like a few of these girls, do they have the green light from anywhere on the floor just to pull up?
Absolutely, they got the 5. What's the
5-point shot?
5-point shot. They got the 5-point. No, but yeah, I tell them if they play defense. You got the green light. Do what you feel that you can do. The stuff you work on, do it.
All right, man. Keep bringing the juice in the second half. Throw it up to Travis now. He's got your halftime stats.
Thanks, Brian. So we take a look at the halftime stats where the Mansfield Senior Lady Tigers lead this one 29-23. Take a look at field goals. 12-9 in favor of the Lady Tigers. Both teams with 4 threes, but Mount Vernon staying in it because of Addie Christopher. 3 of those threes coming from her. She has 9 points to lead all scorers. Rebounding, it is close, 8-7. Fouls, not that many. A good defensive game by both sides, and it shows with the turnovers. Mansfield Senior forcing 13 turnovers. 8 of those came in the first half. Mount Vernon forcing a few turnovers late in that second quarter to get back into this game to cut it to 29-23. Then from the free throw line, 1 of 2 for the Yellow Jackets, 1 of 4 for the Lady Tigers as we bring Brian back here after he sprinted up the steps to make it back up to our broadcast booth. But Brian, Mansfield Senior's defense really allowed them to set the pace. Mount Vernon coming back a little bit. They've cut it down to 6.
I love what Javar Hudgens said about that, too. If you bring the juice on defense, you have the green light on offense. His team's been doing that. That's what built him the big lead in the first quarter. Mount Vernon, give credit to them. They got a lot of seniors, veteran group here that they don't want to go down easy on the road, trying to get off of this 2-game skid that they're on. They fought back hard in that second quarter, but I think you're right. It's been Mansfield Senior's defense that's been the biggest difference maker so far in this game.
Yeah, and some scorers. First for Mount Vernon, Christopher with 9, those 3 threes, those 3 big threes. She had 2 of those in the second quarter to cut into the deficit. Olivia Reddy, 5 points. Brooklyn Thayer, 4. McKenna Brokaw, only 3 points, and they came in the second quarter. Mansfield Senior's done a very good job of limiting her chances at the bucket. And then Nevaeh Williams with 2. Then on the other side, balanced scoring by the big 3 for Mansfield Senior. Manetta Hillary with 8, Kaya Wentz with 7, Kiersten Bradley with 7, and then you have 4 from Julia Wyndham, who hit that shot right before the buzzer, 2 from Mamani Mitchell, and 1 from Annalise Norris. So not only a team defensive effort, but a balanced offensive effort by the Mansfield Senior Tigers.
It's been a good overall collective team game. See if they can keep it up here in quarter number 3. They will have the basketball to get things started. And the energy here in the building from the student section is the best that I have seen at a Tigers Girl game. I've been doing the shot for 13 years in this city, Travis. I'm telling you, I think there's the most people I think I've seen stacked up over there bringing some energy.
Same here, and I've been here since 2016. So in 5 years, this has been the biggest. And they've brought the juice as well, because all Tigers bring the juice apparently here at Mansfield Senior. Nice move.
Willen and Dillon off rhythm, though. Second chance, not there. Tigers, though, with a third opportunity. See if they can cash this one in with 1 straight away, too strong. And now it will be cleared. Rebound, a long one out to Emily Burke.
Man, that could have been a big momentum boost to start the second half there with the multiple offensive rebounds. But Mount Vernon survived it for the moment, but they turn it over on the other end.
Tigers push it forward. Wentz baseline. Underhand shot won't go, and here comes Brokaw back the other way, leading the charge.
Yeah, Mount Vernon outscored Mansfield Senior 14-12 in that second quarter after not even making it into double digits in the first, being outscored 17-9. So they've settled in a little bit. They've gotten comfortable, but they need to start making shots and not do that, turn the ball over by forcing passes.
2 possessions, 2 turnovers from Mount Vernon. Hillary on target with the pass. Bradley won't have an opportunity for the 3-point play. She'll head to the charity stripe for a couple. That's a great look there off the double team by one Manetta Hillary.
Yeah, and we said it about Hillary maybe forcing a couple passes once she got deep in. That time, she was able to read the court, draw the double team, and then dish it off to the open teammate.
This is the one area of the game Bradley struggles a bit with. First offering from the foul line off target. And attempt number 2, no good either. And Brokaw with another rebound.
Yeah, both teams, they didn't get a lot of free throws in that first quarter, that first half, but really struggling from the line, 1 of 2 and 1 of 4 by both sides.
Mansfield sticking with the 2-3 zone. Brokaw got into the middle of it. The kick out. Shot off target from Max Schlosser.
Both teams still looking for that first bucket. Sorry, Brian.
Just going to say the versatility that she shows, they start her at center, but you see the handles that she's been able to develop. She's a fun player to watch.
And that just opens things up for this Mansfield Senior offense because they have so many players that can play multiple positions and can handle the ball to where anybody can pretty much bring it up the court. And that really confuses defenses because they can't just focus on 1, 2, or 3 players. They have to focus on everybody at all times.
Yeah, with all respect to the ladies' game, there's not very many teams where all 5 players on the board can go get a rebound and then initiate the break, start your offense for you. So if you have your center that can grab it and go, that's a big benefit. And she's got a point there, the first here of half number 2.
That gives her 5 on the night and a 7-point Lady Tiger team, but you need that also in Division II basketball because you're going to face some good teams that can guard everybody. You're going to need 5 ball handlers on the floor at all times.
Nice ball movement here. Brokaw had to pick up her dribble to kick out. Christopher came up short.
That's going to be over the back. That'll be the second on Brokaw. That was a good job boxing out by the Lady Tigers. We've seen him a couple times not box out, and it led to points that time. Got a body on there, drew the foul, and they get the possession.
Bradley from the left wing. Waits for Wentz. Develops nicely. Clean look from straight away. And the soft bounce through the bottom.
Great patience by Mansfield Senior. Let that develop. Let Wentz go into the chaos. Break back out. Get the shot. Perfectly executed.
Kaya called for a reach in there. She leads the team 4 steals per game on average. And you're okay with fouls like that and the aggressive nature, trying to pick a pocket of a player, get out for some easy points.
And this is a big offensive game for her tonight. First time this year in the double digits. However, those other 2 games, she showed it on the defensive end. 6 steals against Columbus East, 2 steals against DeSales.
And Brokaw with a nice head fake. Got the defender up in the air.
Take a look at the replay.
2 free throws as Mitchell picks up her personal.
That'll be a Mitchell second, but they really need to get Brokaw going on the offensive end if they want to stay in this game. They had Christopher make up for it. She misses the first. They've had Christopher make up for it with those 3 threes in the first half that helped them stay around. But if Brokaw can't get going and Mansfield Senior continues with their balanced output, Mount Vernon's not going to be able to catch up or keep up.
The senior lefty with just her 4th point of the night.
Nice pass.
Good look inside. Amani Mitchell couldn't get it to drop. And now look at Netta cutting off. The double team coming quickly at Brokaw. Christopher launching again. Missile doesn't find its target this time. And the Jackets give it back.
Yeah, she's 0 of 2 here in the second half. Mansfield Senior able to avoid that open shot. They'll get the ball back up 9. One 4 look by the Lady Tigers right now. Wentz almost lost that.
Now Kaya with the floater. Took a bump from her own teammate Mitchell. Now Mack gonna slow things down. Clears out the right side and initiates the offense through Reddy. Almost another reach in there against Amani.
And they're trying to get it inside. And if the look's not there inside, just get it in, let the defense collapse, and then kick it back out for the three-point attempt, which we just saw by Reddy, but unable to hit.
Quick shot attempt again. Wentz missing each of the last 2 field goal attempts for Mansfield Senior, who has 3 players checking in at the scores table.
Yeah, only 5 total points right now. That'll probably change here in a second, and it does.
Beautiful pocket picker right there from Hillary. And she cashes it in for a deuce at the 10.
16 turnovers by Mount Vernon. Lady Tigers now 2 in double figures with 10.
Brokaw dribbled it over the end line. And here come the 3 subs for Mansfield Senior. Got the freshman back into the mix. Norris, along with Janiyah Hudgens and Daisy Mann. So a freshman and a couple sophomores check in for a junior and a couple sophomores. So much young talent on the floor. Maybe none better than Miss Hillary. Tough shot off balance, off the left foot, shooting with her right hand.
Man, she is fun to watch. Looking like Quan out there, too. Just the handles all the time, breaking ankles. She is an entertaining player to watch.
That one back iron from Schlosser.
Yeah, Mount Vernon's really gone cold from beyond the arc here in the second half.
Bradley shot in between the seam. Took a lot of contact. Coach Hudgens telling his girls to get back as Schlosser puts it home for 2. The deficit back down to single digits. That's her first bucket of the night.
Yeah, and it was desperately needed. Jackets down double digits once again. Nobody able to score. They finally get a little momentum back with that bucket off the rebound.
Bradley again off the offensive bounce. Into heavy traffic. Norris gave it up to the outside. It's through the hands of Janiyah.
And this is the first time I've seen Mansfield Senior kind of flustered there. They didn't get the call on this end. Led to a run out. Not many getting back for them. Gets the bucket and then the turnover here. So this is the first time we've seen Mansfield Senior a little bit out of sorts despite being up 9.
So the door open a bit here for MV to try to put a dent in this hole that they've fallen into under 2 minutes to go here in the third. And there's a clean look. Christopher Quattro from the triple spot. Her 4th of the night.
You knew it was a matter of time if she kept getting those open looks that it was going to start falling. Now we'll see if she can continue it there as that deep 3 is no good by the Tigers.
Chance to cut it down to 4 or even 3. Inside, poked away by Norris. Great defense by the youngster.
See Kaya Wentz coming right back in at the scorer's table. Nice move.
Annalise Norris, the 5'10", 9th grader, getting the clap on for the Tigers. Nice bucket, ends the drought for them. And to your point about the Tigers looking a little bit flustered, they had an unusual lineup on the floor. Javar saw the deficit swelling out to about 11 points, and I think he felt a little bit comfortable. And now you see he's getting Kaya back out onto the floor, and that's a great answer there by the 9th grader to make a one-on-one move in the paint and showcase why he was so excited about her.
Well, yeah, it was a great post. She looked like a senior there. She muscled up the ball, got the arms out, faked one way, got the defender to commit, and boom, easy drop step in for the bucket. Looking like a veteran out there despite being a freshman. Now we know why Coach Hudgens so excited about her as a freshman. And, you know, we saw him excited about a couple of these sophomores last year too, so we know he picks them right.
The youth movement on full display for Mansfield Senior.
I mean, look at Coach Hudgens right now. He's still playing defense out there when he's talking about what he wants them to do. He's shuffling people around. This is a fun team to watch. They had some down years before Coach Hudgens came up, but immediately he comes out, turns this squad around, and in his third year, they're contenders again.
Progressively taking some steps last year, flirted with the 500 mark, 11-12 overall. They lost to Shelby in the district semifinal. But what was most noteworthy for them, 8-4 in the OCC, second only to West Holmes, who beat them twice last year. The only team that they weren't able to knock off in conference play. So for the Tigers, they feel like with a couple of the players who graduated from a season ago, like Katie Sprang, as Brokaw finishes off her own miss, that they've got a legitimate shot at being the top dogs in the OCC.
Yeah, and that West Holmes team that went undefeated in conference play, they were pretty darn good. They only a couple losses on the season, made a big tournament run. So to finish second in that conference ahead of everybody else was a big accomplishment for those Lady Tigers, and just that momentum that it gives them coming into this season, knowing that, West Holmes lost a lot of players. They have a chance now to compete.
Christopher from the corner. Williams got her back. Another offensive rebound. They're starting to pile up for the Jackets, doing some nice work in the lane, and she's going to head to the line for a couple.
Yeah, it's going to be the second on Wyndham. Both teams, 3 fouls here in the second half, but Mount Vernon, they're going to have to, anytime they can get to the line, stop the clock here with this deficit and get some free points, just benefits them that much more.
Good looking stroke there from Nevaeh, 6-foot junior. As Max Schlosser checking back into the contest. Reddy's going to get a quick breather, as there's just 16 ticks remaining here in quarter number 3, in and out. And the board by Norris. Right back to her inside. Down to 6 seconds, cross court. Daisy Manns, we'll see if she recognizes. Shot by Hudgens at the bell, no good, and that's going to take us to the end of 3. Tigers still on top, 37-32.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker-Myers Wealth Managers. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
It's money time on the OH Report, where checks are cashed in a major way. Fourth quarter action here from Pete Henry Gymnasium. Mansfield Senior looking to kick off their OCC journey with a victory over Mount Vernon. I'm Brian Skoronsky. Travis Berardi sitting right next to me, and that's Christopher pulling the pin on a shot. More nice work inside by Nevaeh Williams, as Mount Vernon come fighting back into this game. It's just a 5-point deficit for them and a chance to make it just a 1-score game here, Trav. They've been playing pretty well.
And Williams has been playing better in that third quarter and here to start the fourth, really showing her presence on the offensive glass, going back to the line after making 2 free throws at the end of third quarter, and there's the announcer jinx. She misses that one, but, getting that presence underneath. Mount Vernon actually out-rebounding the Lady Tigers by 4 right now, and she's a big reason why.
Splits the pair, 4-point lead now for Mansfield, as Wentz walks it in between the circles.
After outscoring Mount Vernon 17-9 in that first quarter, Mount Vernon answered back 14-12 in the second, 9-8 in the third. Kind of a gut gut check time here for the Lady Tigers, as they really haven't gotten an offense going since the half.
Bradley missed with the left hand as she got in sight, but helped force that turnover. It's back to her here from the wing. Staying aggressive on the drive, spinning, and just a little bit flat with that shot attempt. Wouldn't find its way through.
Yeah, Lady Tigers starting to force things a little bit. Like I said, they couldn't get any offense going, so they're forcing some shots, trying to get something to fall, and it just hasn't.
Staying aggressive defensively, though, is this Mansfield unit. Though that's deep position here by Williams. Nevaeh turns and drops one high off the square. 1 point ball game.
5 points in the second half after only scoring 2 in the first. And with Brokaw not doing much, Williams starting to take over. It's a 2-point game. And Mansfield Senior is going to call a timeout. Coach Hudgens is going to try and draw up an offensive play here, try and get something going offensively for this squad that's only scored 8 points in the second half.
I think it's a smart timeout. Regroup early on, set the tone, let your girls know you don't want Mount Vernon to overtake you for the lead here. They've been battling hard. You've been playing great defense. Offensively, it seems like they haven't been getting as clean a looks since early on in the contest, where they came out just big balls of fire, moving it all around, shots from deep. Hasn't been the same type of offensive output since.
Well, also, we talk about how good this Mansfield Senior team can be, but the fact that they are still a younger squad. This team is still sophomore, mostly sophomores, freshmen on this team. They're going to go through some of these lumps. This is a good early season test for this still young squad by Mansfield Senior. And on the other side, this Jackets squad, mostly juniors and seniors. They've been in positions like this before, so we're going to see how both teams react to this close game. We want to welcome everybody watching in on Facebook and YouTube live and free. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. Give us some shout-outs, and we'll shout you out. Sheila Mitchell, go Lady Tigers. Brenda Phillips, go Tigers.
Let me see, there's at least 50 of you watching out there in Facebook land. Drop us a comment.
That was exactly a shot that they wanted there. Perfectly executed offensive set, but still, the ball won't go through the hoop for the Lady Tigers. Now Mount Vernon a chance to tie or take their first lead of the game.
They've been executing much better here.
Nice
and that's
pass.
About as good a look as you can get. Left hand finish by Williams. We're all back to square.
I don't know how she was able to get that ball in off the double team, but somehow it found Williams, and we're tied at 37. First tie of the night since 0-0.
Mansfield has led the entire game until now. As Hillary shakes off the defender, Mack recovers. Now she picks up Bradley. Wentz looking inside. Got Amani trying to post up.
Who is going to step up for this Lady Tigers squad right now? Because they need somebody to desperately, but they turn it over.
Hillary with the giveaway, tried to squeeze it inside to Mitchell. And the Jackets looking to continue to ride that wave of momentum.
And you have to give them credit. Deep three, but they're going to call an offensive foul. You got to give Mount Vernon a lot of credit. Multiple times Mansfield Senior had a double-digit lead. You think maybe Mount Vernon just, check it in for the night, but no, they keep battling back. They had it down to one possession in the end of the first half. And again here in the second half, they finally caught back. As Williams is going to check out with their second foul, but great job by Mount Vernon. They stuck around despite being down double digits a couple times, and they finally got this back to even. We're going to play 5 minutes of basketball now to see who's going to win this one.
A lot of resiliency shown by the Jackets tonight. Can the Tigers find some of their own? Things have not been going well for them here at this end. Wentz uncorks one. About a foot too strong there.
Yeah, she thought about that a little too much. She went to shoot it first, thought about it, and then shot it. Completely threw her off. See what Mount Vernon can do with Williams on the bench.
Brokaw, nice fake, and the lefty comes back center. Mount Vernon leads for the first time tonight at the 4:30 mark. And the Tigers looking for an answer. It's Hillary down the lane, missed everything. And it's out of bounds over to MV.
So you go back to the girl that got you here. Brokaw gets the big bucket for the lead, and then the dead ball allows Williams to come back in. All momentum is now on the Jackets' side as the Lady Tigers going with the full court press. Easily breaks it.
Christopher double teamed in the corner. Timeout taken by Coach Short. We'll go with a full timeout. Say what's up to Brenda watching from the Sunshine State. We had our own bit of sunshine today.
55
it was a beautiful
degrees
day.
too. Yeah, it was a nice day.
Got out, washed the car. Got our other car running. That was nice. I know my wife, very, very happy about that. So enjoying some nice weather here in sunny Mansfield. And will it be sun rays or will it be a bit of despair by the end of the night? Things started so well for senior high in this game. And Mount Vernon, they've been the team showing the poise here of late, getting it together offensively. Can Mansfield Senior figure out what to do here the rest of the night? Because they're just not getting good looks at the rim. And when they are getting clean looks, most of them coming from the perimeter, Travis. And even though they have kids that can knock down threes, none of them last year really shot that high of a percentage. They were all volume shooters. So we'll see if they can get it together here. They got about 4 minutes to figure things out.
Well, and another thing in that first half, Mansfield Senior was able to get some good buckets off of turnovers. Their defense set their offense up. Here in the second half, they've caused a few turnovers here, but not at the pace that they did in the first half, and that's what the difference is. Mount Vernon, they're slowing things down. They're calming things down on offense. They're running their offense, and they're getting good looks. And then on the other side, they're kind of forcing Mansfield Senior into some shots they don't want to take. They flipped the script here in the second half.
Brokaw drifting to her left.
Oh, and unlucky there by the Tigers. Couldn't get the rebound.
So the ball's going to stay down at this end with MTV. Schlosser to inbounds. Was able to somehow fit it in, but taken away by Mansfield Senior. Hillary all the way and one bucket. And it got the student section jumping up and down. First bucket in a while here for the Lady Tigers.
Huge bucket by Hillary. Off, and what did I say? It was off the steal too. Defense creates offense, gets into the fast break, and she's able to take it down, draw the foul from Christopher, and the Tigers have a chance here with the free throw to take the lead back.
And Netta will put the Tigers on top. Coach Hudgens says keep the heat on. You got a 1-2-1-1 press look.
Hillary now leads all scorers with 13.
Schlosser with the kick out. Christopher sends one through the bottom.
What an answer.
She now leads all scorers, 15 points, all of them from beyond the arc.
5 threes tonight, 2 in the second half now after a slow start to the second half.
Kick out, and here Julia rimmed it out. Brokaw with the rebounds.
Now both teams getting some open looks.
Mansfield with a 2-3 zone look. They go right over the top. Williams in deep, too strong, fighting over the top. Jump ball is the call. Some asking for an over the back. It doesn't look like she made contact, actually.
And that's why they called the jump ball. She actually did get the – at first it looked so aggressive that you might get the call, but no, she had all ball on that time. Nonetheless, it is a change of possession as Coach Hudgens is going to call a timeout down 2.
The co-OCC Coach of the Year, Mr. Hudgens, now in his 3rd season. What can he cook up for his team? If you're going to spend a timeout, you always typically use them to get a nice look, a play that you've run a bunch at practice that's been effective against the second unit. We'll see what Mansfield Senior is able to lay out here, because trailing by 2 here, I think it'd be great, of course, for their mindset to come out and get a nice shot in the lane. You don't want to put up a 3. Try to get something going towards the basket with all these playmakers on the floor.
Yeah, we've seen them the last time coming out of a timeout. You saw that Wentz was able to get a 3-pointer out of there, but that's because Mount Vernon really closed down the lane. We'll see if they can get some type of isolation here. They're going for the double screen. They did just that. They're trying to look for that shot. Pick and roll don't work, though.
Hillary with yet another giveaway. I guess 'tis the season, Christmas, and the spirit in the air. But it's going to cost them. Jump ball, and Mount Vernon back with possession. 2:40 to go here. They're on top by a couple.
Now they have a chance to make this a 2-possession lead for the first time tonight.
Thayer with the basketball, goes middle to Schlosser, who kicks it out. Christopher wants the 3. She'll try it. Not this time. Long rebound comes out to Kaya. Kaya with a 1-on-4, thinks better of attacking. Now here's Schlosser, 1-on-1. Moves her off to Christopher. The floater took the bump on the body.
For a second, I thought the ref was going to call a charge. He started moving that way, but at the last second, he's going to call a block.
They'll go against Max Schlosser, who you see in the Sutton Bank replay, clearly moving her feet there on the contact. So 2 big free throws here from Minetta Hillary with an opportunity to close down the gap, get them all back to even. Pure with the first. Hillary, the second leading scorer on this team. Over a dozen points per game after tonight. And we are all tied up at 42.
I didn't want to say anything because every time I've done that, it's jinxed somebody. So I stayed silent there, and it worked.
Depends who you root for if it works.
This is true.
Jacket slowing things down. Schlosser looking to initiate the offense. Williams from the foul line draws a double team. Wentz chopped at her.
Yeah, it was an accidental swipe there, and you saw her immediately. She didn't mean to do that. It's only going to be the 5th, though, against them, so it doesn't hurt them that much. Only a 2nd against Wentz. But 1:45 left, tie game. Each possession is pivotal now. Offensive foul.
Nevaeh Williams crashing inside. Boy, I think that's a horrible call. I'm sorry, I told the officials that I wasn't going to judge them tonight. That was the first time that I did. But looking at the replay there, it looked like a pretty nice flop from Kiersten Bradley. She sold that sucker, didn't she? There's no contact. Might have stepped on her shoe.
Nonetheless, yeah, that was something.
Tigers with 4 wide. Hillary tried to attack. Now gives off, leaves for Bradley, and back to her.
Don't need to rush these.
Netta all the way to the 10. Won't fall, and we're down to just over a minute to go. Crunch time here on the OH Report. OCC opener. Who wants it more?
That's on the floor. That'll be the 6th, so Jackets in a bonus. Next foul. That'll be Amani Mitchell's 3rd.
Mitchell's really been held in check at the other end of the floor. Just got 2 points so far on the night. Got a tough battle inside with Brokaw. Knifing down the lane.
Yeah, they let Brokaw slip in there in the lane. And that's Mitchell's 4th, so 2 quick fouls. Has her in foul trouble here with 56 seconds left.
Big spot here for the lefty.
3 of 6 from the line tonight is Brokaw.
Williams with the offensive board, pit back, no good, third time. The charm for the Jackets. Wow,
ball
what a
movement.
pass. Great recovery defense there by Brokaw to not allow an easy one to Mitchell. She's going to have to earn them at the free throw line.
What a pass from Wentz to set that up. But can we talk about Williams for a second on the other end? What effort. 2 offensive rebounds that just powered that back in to give them the lead.
She's the biggest player on the floor in the game in terms of size, in terms of her body, capitalizing on a few different occasions in this second half with some big offensive rebounds. None bigger, though, than that last possession. But Mitchell trying to be clutch. The only senior on the team goes 1 of 2, and there's Williams. Massive rebound inside. Decision time for the Tigers when they elect to try to go for the foul. How long do you play for the steal?
I think you got to now. Put him in the bonus, put him in the 1-and-1, but almost turned it over. And Mount Vernon's going to call a timeout, but nearly disastrous for the Jackets there on that pass.
I felt the gravity of that pass, too, where Wentz was shooting in there into the passing lane. It looked like she might be going to the other end, but got a little bit lucky there that Kyle wasn't able to come up with the rock. So Coach Hudgens allowing about 20 seconds to come off of the clock there, though, when they were in the half-court game, as we're going to take another look here at the big foul at the other end on Mitchell. So they rolled the dice. A lot of coaches will just right away. If you don't get the steal on the first pass, go ahead and foul. It's more beneficial to have time on the clock. So Javar's put his team in a situation now where I think they got to go for that right here out of the inbounds, Travis. Don't let more than 4 or 5 seconds come off the clock. Turn it into a free throw game if you can initially create a turnover.
Yeah, go for the turnover off the inbounds. You can't get it foul. Put them on the line, so 1-and-1. They miss the front end, then you have a chance at the win on the other side. But nonetheless, go for the steal here. You don't get it, foul.
Addie Christopher inbounds to Williams. They make it easy. 5 seconds now off the clock.
And
Coach
finally
Hudgens asking
foul.
for the foul. They finally will. To put Brooklyn Thayer, the 5'7" junior, on the line for a 1-and-1.
Yeah, a lot of time going off the clock there. Especially they got it into Nevaeh Williams, and they just let her stand there for a couple seconds before passing it. Wyndham's going to check back in for rebounding. She'll go up against Williams here in the lane. But a big free throw by Thayer. Jackets up 1.
Student section trying to make some noise, but Brooklyn not fazed.
Now, even if she makes this, still a 1-possession game for the Lady Tigers. You'd like for her to miss and get the rebound, but nonetheless, no matter what, it's going to be a 1-possession game.
2 for 2, like she was meant to be there. Timeout taken on the floor. It'll be a full timeout. And the Tigers in a tough situation, obviously now. At least they can tie it with just one shot of the basketball, but I don't think they've made a 3 here in the second half. They haven't had the type of looks that they were getting early on in the contest. Who do you look to here? Kiersten Bradley, the kid that made a bunch of 3s for you a season ago, off to a nice start through the first couple of games and has made some triples here tonight. Do you use her as a decoy and try to get cute, or do you just try to get 23 the rock and let her throw it up? A lot of different options here, and I know the Coach Hudgens always so much on his mind. I'm sure that he's seen a couple of things transpire on the floor here tonight that's going to put him in a position to maybe get a good look.
Yeah, Wentz has 2 3s. She's hit 1 here in the second half. You have Manetta Hillary, who hit 2 in the first half. Bradley, who hit 1 in the first half. Do you go for the quick bucket, though? Go quick bucket, try and get a steal or a foul, extend this game, or do you go for the 3 in the tie right now? 17.2, that's just enough to where if you do get the quick bucket, you can extend the game out a little bit, but you can't possess the ball too long here before thinking you need to go for the tie.
I think because they have to go the full length of the floor. It's not like the NBA where the ball moves to midcourt on the timeout. You got to go for a three. No way can you try to get a quick two here. Hillary takes it to the corner. Double screen set up for her. She comes off Bradley, left all alone to execution perfectly, but it's well short, and Mount Vernon, they've got the basketball. They look like they are going to spoil the OCC opener tonight for the Tigers.
Still need to get the ball in, though. And we're going to get a timeout by Mount Vernon before they do inbound it. So that's the one saving grace right now for Mansfield Seniors. Can you play good enough defense to force the 5-second call or a quick steal to set up a three? But that's it. If they can get it inbounded and across half court, this one's over.
Ended up being a pretty nice pressure there by Max Schlosser to get a hand in the face. It was great execution. I love the design of that play that Mansfield got for the look. But Bradley, what is she, like 1 of 6 from outside?
And I think a step too far from beyond the arc right now, especially for somebody that's been cold from 3 tonight.
So Mount Vernon looks like the Jackets might just buzz here into town, and still a big win. They trailed, folks, if you're just joining us, by double digits on multiple occasions. Mansfield got off to an incredible first quarter. They had all the momentum on their side. It looked like this might just be lopside city in terms of the scoreboard. And since then, a young lady sporting the number 25, been pretty special, got him back into this, Trav.
Yeah, 5 threes tonight, 15 points, 3 in the first half that helped keep them in the game. And then in the second half, 2 big threes to help them get the lead. And despite only 8 points from McKenna Brokaw, who scored 5 in the second half, Christopher and Williams really have taken this game over for the Jackets, and they just need to get the ball inbounded to clinch this one.
No timeouts remaining for the Jackets. And they throw
turn it
away. Unbelievable. Mansfield's going to have another opportunity as that went right through the fingers of the offensive player, Emily Burke.
And Hudgens is going to call a timeout, but I just said they just need to get the ball in, and it'd be over. But they couldn't, and now Mansfield Senior has one more chance, and they get to draw this up. They're going to be on the sideline right at the top of the key. You can't even throw it down court. But that was not a good inbound pass. Sideline, teammate moving that way. Tough break for the Jackets. Now they just have to D up. Mansfield Senior has a chance to tie it, but the Jackets D up, get a hand in the face, don't foul.
Just over 2 seconds remaining. So any shot attempt for Mansfield Senior got to come quickly, of course. You maybe, after the ball goes out onto the court, have a chance for one pass, one dribble. It's got to be quick. Definitely got to be efficient. Who are you going to now? I try to use Kiersten Bradley as a decoy. I think that she's just not really had the touch here tonight. She's tried a lot of threes. None of them have gone down. I think you try to open things up for somebody else.
I think you move Hillary through traffic. Start her on one side, maybe wrap her around, get a couple screens, get her open at the top of the key for a shot. Either her or Wentz.
Let's see who's throwing it in. It's going to be Julia Wyndham. You always got to keep an eye on the girl who's triggering the ball inbounds.
Now you have Wentz far side on the block, maybe a down screen for her, or Hillary at the top.
Oh, they're going to open it up. Kiersten Bradley, another clean look, and it comes up well short. Mount Vernon, the Jackets buzz into town. They'll steal a win here at Pete Henry Gym. 46-43, the final score, and a stunned Tiger crowd here at Pete Henry Gym. They thought that they were going to sail away with an easy victory. Instead, because of the effort of Nevaeh Williams and certainly the three-point shooting of Addie Christopher, things didn't end up as they looked in that first half. We'll take a quick time out. We'll be back with some final stats as well with the interview with our MVP of the game. So drop us a line. Let us know, who do you think is worthy of being the most valuable player tonight? That's all on the other side. Keep it here.
Here we go now. Here we go now. Here we go now.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker-Myers Wealth Managers. Whitaker-Myers Group has been a local trusted advisor since 1869, serving families in Ashland, Richland, and Wayne counties. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. With offices in Ashland, Mansfield, Worcester, Columbus, and South Carolina, we have advisors that are ready to help you begin your journey to financial success. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
back now with our Frito Lay MVP. We've got the senior guard from Mount Vernon, 15 points a game high tonight for Addie Christopher. How crazy does it feel like leaving here with a win after what happened in the first half?
It was really exciting. We were all down a little bit in the beginning, and I don't know, we really came out on fire. We got some things going, and it put spark underneath of us, and we really got it going to come back out on top.
Well, you definitely lit the fire. 2 big threes there in that second quarter. Did you feel like the momentum shifted after you came into the game, knocked down those big jumpers?
Yeah, I believe it did. We all got really excited, and then more people started getting, I guess, kind of hyped up for it. So, yeah, it was fun.
You come off the bench in the first half. Second half, I believe you got the start. Looked like your teammates were starting to look for you a little bit more. You knocked down 3 more threes in that second half. Is this one of your better shooting games that you've had so far?
Yeah, this has been my best shooting game I did pretty good in the beginning, but of our games. But yeah, this has been my best game. It's exciting.
Yeah, obviously a crazy finish to the game. Talk to me about what it was like as a player out there. You know, you guys are back to even, then you had the lead, and then you give it away, and they had one more chance. I imagine it was pretty exciting.
Yeah, the adrenaline was really rushing through, and I know it was going through everyone, and that made everyone play better than we did in the beginning. We had to get that energy to get going, and we got that, and I think that's what helped us.
Well, Mansfield Senior, I mean, they had big expectations. They felt like they could be an OCC frontrunner. You come in here, you spoil their OCC opener. What are your guys' expectations, and what do you think that Mount Vernon can do moving forward into the season?
I know we're going to be in every single game, especially if we keep playing like that, and we have high expectations as well. So I believe we're going to do pretty good.
All right, well, congratulations. Our Frito Lay MVP, Addie Christopher, 15 points, all from beyond the arc, splashing them home. So appreciate you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
All right, well, now I'll throw it up top. Travis Berardi, he's got your stats.
All right, time to take a look at the final stats of the evening as Mount Vernon fights back from multiple double-digit deficits to win 46-43. As we take a look at those stats, 17 field goals to 16, 6 threes, 5 of them by your MVP, Addie Christopher, 5 threes by the Lady Tigers, although they were only able to hit 1 from beyond the arc in the second half, and they had 2 chances at the end to tie it but could not. Fouls, even at 11 turnovers. Mount Vernon able to cut down on the turnovers in the second half, 22 turnovers after an 8-turnover start in the first quarter. Mansfield Senior, 11 turnovers. Both teams, 6 of 10 from the free throw line. But in the end, Brian, Mount Vernon able to hit 1 more shot than Mansfield Senior. It didn't look like it was going to be a game early on with the defense Mansfield Senior was playing, but in the end, Mount Vernon able to fight back and make this a really entertaining ball game.
I'm still a little stunned at what a dichotomy it was with the ball handling for Mount Vernon from the first quarter and how much different it looked over the next 3. Those 22 turnovers that they had, that's a big number. Typically, you can't overcome that, especially if your opponent gives it away half as many times as you do. So I am a little, like I said, I think stunned is the correct word to see what Mount Vernon was able to do. They have a lot of seniors, and it showed. The veterans settled down. Mansfield got a lot of young players, and it showed. Yeah, they played a lot of varsity minutes last year, but they kind of crumbled when it mattered most. We saw that early on in the season a year ago, too, before they started getting the momentum flowing. So it just feels like some growing pains that I don't think we were expecting from the Tigers this year, and I know certainly inside of their own locker room, they didn't expect this either.
Yeah, no, that youth really showed, especially in the end. Maybe got a little bit tired with just the aggressiveness that they had on the defensive side. Mount Vernon able to take advantage of that. But, this is a scrappy Mansfield Senior squad. They showed glimpses of greatness out there today.
They did.
But, they weren't able to hit that tough shot when it mattered most in the second half, really offensively in the second half. Really an off night for them. From especially beyond the arc, too. A lot of shots taken from beyond the arc and only 1 3 hit in the second half. So, it's a learning experience for the Lady Tigers. They are young. They'll get better, especially as the season goes along. We saw that last year where they were able to get better midway through towards the end and win a sectional championship. And then on the other side for Mount Vernon, a very big win for this squad after dropping 2 straight. They're back to 500 in an OCC that I believe is wide open this year. West Holmes
still probably going to be pretty good.
They're still pretty good. They beat Mount Vernon by 10 in their first game, but they're not as good as last year. I think they're starting to come back a little bit to the pack. I may be wrong. We never know. It's early on here, but a big win early on for Mount Vernon.
I think there's things to be excited about for both teams. For Coach Hudgens, you can show the girls the tape of the first quarter and just be like, man, when we got it going and we're bringing the energy at the defensive end, look at how much better our offense plays. Look at the looks that we're getting. And then maybe they'll think, too, just because I have the green light to shoot a 30-footer, it's still a wasted possession. So while I'm okay with those shots, at the same time, I, as just an observer that's not a part of the team, I'd kind of like to get a better look early in the game because every possession matters clearly when you're in a 2-point game like this one. So for them, I think you can be excited about what you saw in that first quarter, and then there were glimpses throughout the night. And for Mount Vernon, just to have the guts, and I thought Addie put it perfectly when I asked her what their expectations was, and she just said that we're going to be in every game. She feels like they have the type of team that will figure you out eventually during the night. So give us a first quarter where you punch us in the mouth, and we'll figure out how to get some counter punches in there as the night rolls along. They were able to do that, and I was really impressed with what we saw. Second half performance from her, and then Williams inside. I mean, that's a big, strong body, and she figured out how to use it correctly. Great comeback by the Jackets.
Yeah, they went down 17-9 at the end of one. Second quarter, they outscored Mansfield Senior 14-12. 9-8 in the third, and then that big 14-6 run in the fourth quarter where they really locked things down in the paint. They saw Mansfield Senior was unable to hit from beyond the arc, so they packed it in, forced some tough shots by Mansfield Senior, and they were only able to hit a couple because most of their points in that fourth quarter came from the free throw line. So, you know, really good job defensively by this veteran squad from Mount Vernon, a big win early on. Then on the other side of things for Mansfield Senior, their second loss in a row, but this is something they can learn from. This isn't the tournament, so, you know, it's early on. Better to have this happen early on than in March, February and March.
That'll wrap up our coverage from Pete Henry Gymnasium tonight. Mount Vernon on top of Mansfield Senior 46-43. Moving forward for the Jackets, they're going to be at Worcester. That's next week. The Tigers get a shot at them first, though. They get them at home on Monday night, a game that we'll have for you live and free here on the OH Report. And guess what? We're going to be right back here in the gym tomorrow night for what a lot of people are saying, the early season showdown in the area. The defending OCC champions of Worcester coming here to Pete Henry to take on a Tiger team that has huge expectations, just like these girls. I want to thank everybody for watching out there on Facebook and YouTube, and our incredible staff here on the OH Reports. Jory Hollenbeck running top cam for us. She also got some great pregame photos. She'll be putting up a gallery for you guys later tonight. Adam Thompson, our amazing producer, always makes us look good. Frito Lay, Mechanics Bank, Sutton Bank, Whitaker-Myers Wealth Managers, all fantastic sponsors. Please, please, please put some of your money in their pocket. They help bring you the live and free coverage, so we like to give right back to them. For Travis Berardi, I'm Brian Skoronsky. Appreciate everyone for watching, and we got 3 live streams tomorrow, so tune back in. We'll see you right here, live and free on the OH Report. So long!